you may famously know a quote from a beloved comedy called Mean Girls: "Don't have sex because you get pregnant and die." And although this may be an extremely scripted scene and just part of a comedy relief, it's actually extremely relevant to how sex education is poorly instructed in our high schools. They're giving us false information that doesn't really apply to real applications in the real world. And according to my chart up here, schools do not have mandated curriculums for all sex education. So depending on the state you're in, you may get a different education than another person. As you can see up here and on my smaller diagram, our state of Arizona does not have mandated sex education. I did not grow up in this state, so I don't know how it is, but I'm sure a lot of you guys know, have it from experience, and especially from my survey monkey, I did witness sex education did not prepare you properly. I became very interested in this topic when my 14-year-old sister started sex education in high school, and I asked her about what she was learning. She was a little awkward about it, but over time I found out that she wasn't getting proper information, and this is when I got motivated to look into it more. The more I researched it, the more I realized kids are missing out on important information that are going to benefit our society and them. Having proper sex education helps people with health risks such as preventing STDs and STIs, prevents teen pregnancy, and also gives people a strong fundamental understanding of what consent is. So one of the main problems with our sex education, like I mentioned, is health risks. The state, depending on the state you're in, prohibits different things from being taught within a classroom. A good example of this is the Mississippi Sex Education Law, which is an article I found that tells us that they prohibit condom demonstrations in classrooms. So you won't get that basic banana with the condom on for kids to understand how to use a condom. And the funny thing is, the same article states Mississippi is number 2 in teen pregnancies. This is accurate proof that the way they're teaching kids is not effectively helping them in the long run. There's repercussions to everything they're being taught, and that's clear throughout this article. And another risk that runs from poor education is consent. People do not understand what good consent is. It's a strong yes, not a maybe or a no. And this was clear through a 2015 Washington Post article that mentioned that 40% of students didn't understand what clear consent is. I'm sure all of you guys understood this from, we had to take an online survey through ASU as a freshman, understanding what it is. But I know for a lot of other people who took the survey, they didn't understand what it was until that article. Having a better understanding of what sex education is, we give equal opportunity for everyone to make the best life decisions for them, whether that's abstinence or safe sex. It's all up to the people to be interpreted for what's best for them. But if we don't give them the proper information, they're lacking a great deal of what can be potentially seen in their future and what health risks are going to come from that repercussion. There's many ways that we can help through this problem, and it's not going to be an initial one step to fix this issue. It's going to take a lot of little steps, which is hard, but over time it's going to have a lot of benefits. Many ways that we can do this is signing petitions and starting to talk about what these problems are. It's a very taboo topic in our society, but by just talking about it and getting the information out that we're having issues in this country, people will be more motivated to sign petitions, to educate their children, to write Congress. There's little things we can do every day that will fix it for our future. And another part of this is just educating yourself. Knowledge is power for anyone, whether it's you as a 20-year-old student that doesn't know something little about sex education, or teaching your child when you do have children about everything when they're in high school. But I would like you to sit there and imagine all the benefits that could come from this. There would be a decrease in teen pregnancies and STDs, STIs. People would understand what consent is. There would be a decrease in rape in colleges. There's a lot of good things that can come from it, but it all starts with us and having a voice and taking action and understanding that we are the ones that have the power to learn more and educate others, because our children are the future, and if we don't prepare them now, this could be very, very negative for their future.